This video is a long time coming. I get tons of questions in regards to my experience with 75 Hard. So stay tuned to get all of your questions answered. Hi, welcome back to Transformative Moments with Laura. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. This channel is all about health, wellness, and anything I do to improve my life I'd like to share with you. This is going to be part one of a two-part video series in regards to 75 Hard. Today we're going to talk about what 75 Hard is and the 5 critical tasks. And the following video is going to be a book review of the books that I enjoyed during the program, as well as my thoughts and conclusions, and whether or not I would do the program again. So let's get started. "75 Hard" is a mental toughness program written and created by Andy Frisella. I'm going to put the link below to his website as well as where you can purchase the book, because you can only buy his book on his website. It is not available at any other retailers. 75 Hard is a program that has 5 critical tasks and some rules in those critical tasks. Those tasks must be completed for 75 days straight. There are no breaks, there are no days off. If you miss a task in a day, you must start over the next day with day 1. So then you would start the program all over again until you can complete all of the tasks every day for 75 days straight. Let's get into the tasks. Critical task number 1 is you must follow a diet. There is no recommendation for what diet you need to follow. However, the diet must have rules. So it can't be something he doesn't exactly like things like just following macros and things like that, because folks can really put some things into their macros that you're not supposed to have, because within this rule, within this task, there are 2 rules, one of which are no cheats and the other of which is no alcohol. So the no cheats, a lot of folks will say, well, it fit into my macros, so I can eat chocolate, or I can eat cookies, or I can eat sweet cakes, or something like that. That is not allowed. Anything that is considered a treat, whether it is a keto treat or I don't know, like I said, sweets of any kind, would be that you had failed this task. So it's something to be very, very mindful of. So even if you're following maybe Weight Watchers, maybe you decide that you're gonna follow Weight Watchers strictly for 75 days, and a lot of folks find that they can fit in some of these sweets and treats into those points that they have. That's not allowed. You need to be eating by a strict rule. So that can be a little difficult, and people, you will see folks on the internet, and you'll see folks on Facebook, because there are several Facebook pages in regards to 75 Hard, and they will try to justify somehow eating some of these sweet treats and that they did not fail. And that is something that will, if you've ever been on one of those Facebook groups, that will cause an uproar of a magnitude you cannot even imagine. But of course, for me, I followed my keto diet. I just reined it in, so I didn't have any keto sweets or treats or anything like that. I also did intermittent fasting, so I decided to do both together. But my intermittent fasting windows really didn't go beyond 18:6, but most days they were 16:8, because of the immense calorie expenditure that you're doing during the program. You end up needing a lot of those calories. So make sure when you figure out what diet you want, you're choosing a diet that's going to nourish your body, because critical task number 2 is quite taxing. So I was not concerned about giving up treats. And those of you that know me also know that I really don't drink alcohol. I will enjoy a glass of wine or a drink every once in a while, but honestly, I'm just not much of a drinker, so that was not an issue for me at all. A lot of folks choose not to move forward with the program because of the no alcohol rule for 75 days, because they're used to having that beer after work or that glass of wine with dinner. So that can be a tough a tough challenge, but that's what you're signing up for when you do 75 hard. Critical task number 2 is drink a gallon of water a day. Now, I will tell you that honestly, I think this was probably the hardest one for me. I don't have a very big bladder, so it made things very, very difficult. Even getting 30 minutes down the road, I couldn't do without having to stop and use the restroom somewhere. But a gallon of plain water a day. You aren't supposed to add lemon, lime, any type of drink enhancers or anything like that. So that gallon of water was just plain, flat water. And every day for 75 days. So 75 gallons by the end of the 75 days in which you're doing. Also, one of the things that I did, and one of the best recommendations I can tell you if you're going to consider doing 75 hard, is to start drinking your water early. So I made it a goal to have my gallon done no later than 3 p.m. I was ecstatic if I got it done by 2 p.m. And the reasoning why is you'll learn, if not the hard way, if you decide that you are going to, take your time and not drink your water as needed, you are going to be up all night going to the bathroom. And that was also something I did not want to do. Plus, I wanted to be able to also have my decaf coffee in the evening, which we've talked about before. So I didn't want to have to worry about having too much liquid in my body. Now, I will tell you, I did my 75 hard from July to September. So it was very hot. And I think that helped me get that gallon of water in so early, especially because I hit the road for my first workout probably around 7:15. So it was really kind of easy because I was thirsty, but the weight on the bladder was very, very difficult. So it can be a challenge. So make sure that you plan ahead. And that's what I had to do. I had to plan ahead. I had to know where I could stop to go to the restroom, because this was all between March of 2020 and now. So as you all know, there was a lot of obstacles to do, especially in the beginning, to be able to stop and actually use a restroom somewhere. Critical task number 3 is work out twice a day for 45 minutes each. The caveat to these two 45-minute workouts is that they cannot be consecutive. They have to be at least 3, hopefully 4 hours in between. So once again, it's a mental challenge. It's a time management challenge. 2 45 minutes, a lot of people can spend easily an hour and a half in the gym or something like that. That's not what this is meant to be. One of them needs to be outside, and the other can be outside or indoors. So 1 45-minute workout outside, rain, sleet, snow, shine, whatever is going on. Of course, use common sense. If there's a tornado coming, you should be in your tornado shelter. You should not be trying to get your outdoor workout done. But I mean, I did get soaked several days from rain, because summertime, of course, we get lots of rain in North Carolina. And we also get lots of hurricanes. But we were pretty lucky this year, so I don't know what it will be like this summer. My outdoor workouts were walks or walk runs or runs. And how I broke those up, because I am not an avid runner, I broke them up by 3 days a week of just walking. Now, of course, when I say walking, I was going at a good clip the entire 45 minutes. But when I say walk run, I would do 5 minutes of running, 1 or 2 minutes of walking, depending on my day. And I usually did anywhere from 3 to 4 miles when I did those. And then on Sundays, I did my long run, and I would do 5 miles with some intermittent walking in there. But Sunday, I always did a longer outdoor workout. So I was usually right around 48 to 58 minutes, depending on where I was in my 75 days. And so that's what I did for my outdoor workouts. My indoor workouts, you all have seen in past videos that I have an indoor gym that's pretty stocked. We got really fortunate. We purchased our system just before March 2020. As soon as we moved into the house, we purchased everything. And so we got really lucky and got our entire gym equipped before the lockdown happened. However, I would then do my morning walk or run, and then in the afternoon, usually around 3, 4, 5, depending on what was going on with my work day, I would then do lifting. Sometimes I had to do lifting at 8 o'clock at night. Sometimes I could get it done at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I always made sure I had 4 hours plus in between so that I was following the rules appropriately. So once again, the 45-minute workouts need to be separated between 3 or more hours every day, and you need to do one of those workouts outdoors. So critical task number 4 is to read 10 pages of a nonfiction entrepreneurial or personal development book. A lot of folks that like to do fiction books find this very, very difficult. And quite frankly, I was kind of like, ugh, I haven't been reading for so long, other than short magazines and things that I needed to read for work, that I thought at first it was going to be a difficult task. But honestly, this is my favorite task. And it's a task that pretty much I've kept with me. I've taken time in between books and things like that, or maybe not done it a day or two since I finished 75 Hard. But we are going to go over in just a second all the books that I have read since July, and we're going to chat a little bit about my favorites and recommendations I have for you if you decide that you either want to go forward with 75 Hard or you just want to start reading to improve your thought process. It helped me stay positive. It helped me see the world a little bit differently, see myself differently, and realize some of the things that I was constantly worried about, or some of the things that I was maybe insecure about, were things that I did not need to be concerned with. Critical task number 5. Critical task number 5 is one of the easiest, but one of the most difficult ones to do. Critical task number 5 is taking a progress photo every day. You do not miss it. You cannot miss it. If you miss it, you have to start over again. So another tip, I would literally get out of bed, brush my teeth, change my clothes, and take my picture. Some of them are rather scary because half of them I didn't even have my eyes open, I think. But it was something that if I did not do, I would have easily forgotten. So what I did was I got up, put on my clothes, took my picture, crossed it off, and then it was done. A lot of folks, surprisingly enough, out of all of the tasks we've talked about, surprisingly, a lot of folks fail at this one. This is the one that breaks them and makes them have to go back to the first day because it's so easy to forget. And it's not exactly an enjoyable task. It's not like, seeing yourself half dressed or whatever on a daily basis is something that you're looking forward to and then taking a picture of that. But it's a critical task. It has to be done every day. It has to be completed. So you want to make sure to get this done early. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you found value in it, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as ring that notification bell so that you're always alerted to when I upload a video. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I am going to do a follow-up video that includes a review of my books that I loved during my program and maybe some that I didn't so much, as well as my final thoughts, feelings, as well as whether or not I would do the program again. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video.